Hi, this is Katrina Foard with the Talbot Greenya Group.
Hi there, this is Eric Iliffe, also with Talbot Greenya Group. Welcome to our little Friday afternoon blitz.
Yeah, happy Friday. We're so excited. Fridays don't mean much to realtors because we work all weekend. So, Eric, what we are talking today is a little different from our Friday necessarily favorites, but I think it's an important subject to talk about within the real estate world, and that is preparing financially to purchase a home. Do you remember purchasing your first home, Eric?
Absolutely, and I was scared because it was what to me was a lot of money, and that we had to cough up some money for the earnest money deposit, and then we had to make sure that we qualified, and we were young. We had no idea, and I was buying a place with my buddy. So it was pretty interesting. But he came from a real estate background. He was very confident because his father was a realtor in Michigan.
So you had someone to walk you through it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I think is the most important thing. And I think as we have learned, I've been in this industry a little bit longer than Eric, but I think what we have learned is we talk in our world with a lot of phrases and a lot of terms that we just throw them out because we're so used to them. And we forget that they're not part of the normal person's vocabulary. So it's important that you find an agent and a lender who can talk to you without, using all of those terms that we're so used to. We have that the Talbot Greenya Group has a list of phrases that we use so that you can learn some of those terms. So if you want that graphic, maybe we can throw that up this afternoon. But I think it's important to have someone like Eric, who bought a house with his buddies, to have someone help you, guide you through the purchase process. And beyond that is understanding that you cannot wake up one day and just say, I think I want to buy a house today. Right? That was not your plan, right? You didn't just...
No doubt. We had an idea that we wanted to get a condo together, and then we started to research what was available and what was reasonable financially for us.
Right.
So there had to be thought and dialogue involved before we could just wake up one morning and wing it, so to speak.
Right. And that's exactly. And I think a lot of people, especially today, with so many of our first-time buyers still having to pay off a lot of student debt, that there's a lot of trepidation about how much savings they actually need to have in order to buy. Because real estate is a smart investment, and it's one of your largest investments you're ever going to make. So planning for that in advance is important, and having people guide you through that process. So I think it's important that we talk about saving money, right?
Yeah, you need a few dollars available to get over the hump, so to speak.
Right. And to dispel some myths, I will tell you that I've got a buyer right now. They're not really first-time home buyers. They've bought previous property, but they're a young couple, but they are building a brand new house in Winchester that their full down payment plus closing costs was $15,000 for a brand new build. Now think about that for a minute. $15,000, you can save that much in 1 year. That's doable, don't you think?
Yeah, it is, but you have to be very disciplined. You have to follow that routine that you have framed out to meet that objective. But it is doable as long as you stay the course and keep each other accountable.
Right, and the consistency is going to be important to saving that. If you keep in your mind the end game here is your huge purchase, it makes those like deposits and transfers a whole lot easier. So those are the things I think is saving up. That might mean 1 or 2 less Starbucks a week. It might mean a little less Chick-fil-A or something. Sounds like a killer, but what else do you think, Eric? What else besides being consistent with saving?
Well, one thing that was that struck me later in life as I got to know a realtor and began to get out into the market with her is a younger couple probably sells themselves too short, meaning your potential to grow your income is only going to increase as you become more well-rounded in your profession and as you grow within your organization or your company. Whereas if you're, let's say, a 70 plus couple in terms of age and you're retired, it's a little different. You're not increasing your income. So my point here is if you're younger, give yourself credit for your ability in terms of growth financially. So even though you might appear to be stretched short term, and when I say short term, it could be a year, it could be 2 years,
right,
where that payment is right at the cusp of the threshold that the mortgage lender would accept. Give yourself every opportunity to say, you know what, I'm going to be making more money downstream. So that's a big aha, to give yourself more credit than you probably really feel that is worthy of the experience. But know for a fact that you're capable and that you're going to be successful, or else you wouldn't be in this position in the first place to buy a home.
Right. And I would love to go back to my very first monthly payment of $1,300.
Yeah, we all would.
That would be amazing. I would love to go back to that. I would love to go back to my next one, which was $1,800. But the income did. I think you're absolutely right. The income does catch up, and it does require, again, the discipline after purchase is going to be that consistency after. So I think preparation is really, the financial side of it is big. And you know, saying that you can't just wake up one morning and decide is somewhat true if you have previously made that discipline in the past and have saved up money. You can wake up one day and just go, hey, I want to buy a house today. I'm going to call either Eric or Katrina with the Talbot Greenya Group and reach out and do that. But the thought process had to have been there before you went to bed to wake up the next morning to just decide to buy a house. What other things do you think are important to know before you buy?
Well, you touched on it earlier, is to have a well-qualified mortgage lender or a loan officer who really knows the landscape and how to help you maximize whatever money you're bringing to the table. And then have a really good agent,
right?
An agent that is a mover and shaker in the space. And I know with our team, you're definitely a mover and shaker. So have a well-qualified agent. So
it matters. And I think, you know, you see it when you're working with first-time buyers, how we as agents become complacent in what we do, and we need to stay on our game. And we are so blessed to have amazing lender partners who we have dealt with over the years that we can qualify just telling you, look, I've worked with this person, I've worked with others, and this is the one I trust the most. So, you know, we're lucky to have those lenders who we can reach out to and just communicate with, and we know that they're going to get the job done, and we know that they're going to work their hardest and their best to get you your greatest and best financial decision. So
I think this is a good plan.
Yeah. All right. So I think everyone should buy a house. I think everyone should call Eric or Katrina, or I mean, I guess the other Talbot Greenya Group people are good enough, but give us a call. We're happy to talk you through. And I have that graphic, and maybe I'll just throw that up on our page today, of some of the terms that we use that frequently kind of get thrown out there. I also have a graphic I can share about how to save $10,000 in 1 year. So that's a good start. We can throw those up today, but
very nice.
Anyway, good to see you virtually, Eric.
Likewise. Have a great day. Take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.